So, we got some big news that has been catching fire online about the upcoming Doom game that we're supposed to be getting on May 15th. And I believe that's this upcoming Thursday. Turns out there are a lot of people who are canceling their pre orders mainly because of, I guess, what Bethesda is trying to pull with the physical copy of the game. And it turns out that the physical copy of the game is going to take up to 85 gigabytes of space on whatever console you have. And that doesn't seem like a lot, and it doesn't seem like a big deal depending on what console you have, because the PlayStation 5 has at least 825 gigabytes of internal storage, and the Xbox Series X has 1 terabyte of storage. But here's the thing, um, it's been discovered that you're only going to be paying for a small amount of the actual game's data opposed to the full product. And that's something that pisses a lot of people off because the game's supposed to take up a lot of physical space. And last time I checked, the game was somewhere around the ballpark of $69.99. And a lot of people feel like that's just ridiculous and that maybe this game would be better off just being solely digital. And I don't know. I just feel like that is kind of a rip-off, especially if you're not paying for the full product. And I don't know. I feel like this is just an unfortunate trend that's been taking place in gaming. There's always some type of catch with every new game that comes out, whether it's DLC, whether it's microtransactions or what have you. It seems like you never get a complete game anymore unless you're buying an RPG or an action adventure game, and even that's a bit of a stretch because you have expansion packs with video games that come every now and then. But Doom: The Dark Ages was one of the few games that people were really stoked about. They were really excited about this game, and to find out that you're not even getting the full game is BS. And I feel like this is something that really needs to stop within the gaming world. Video game companies better like do something to, I guess, appease their fan base opposed to doing things to that pushes them away because they're trying to make more for profit. Because I remember 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, it was never like this. Like 20 years ago, when you paid for a video game, you got it in full. It's like, customer service took priority just about over everything else, in relation to like video games. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why the older video games in general has higher replay values. But for the most part, this is Doom, and a lot of people are still excited about like all the features in the game, like the weapons, the stages, like the cosmic realm, and just various other things about this game that people are going to enjoy once it's released on the 15th. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the cancellation of pre-orders is just it's the customer's way and the fans' way of just saying, yeah, we'll probably just go get the digital release opposed to the physical release of that. But but yeah, man, I'm hoping Doom is successful despite this whole pre-order controversy. Um, I do see Doom being one of the best first-person shooter games of this year because I don't think there's really any other high-profile first-person shooters that's coming out, at least not to my knowledge. And this is a game that people have been waiting for at least 5 years because I think the last major game that we got was I think it was Doom Eternal from 2020. I think that was like the last game that we got. And I can see this game possibly, selling more than that. And at least like the price is nothing outrageous like 80 or $90 because I feel like even if this game was priced for that much, it's something that people probably wouldn't mind paying because it's Doom, and Doom has been legendary since the 90s. And just looking at like the quality and the graphics and all that stuff, um I can see people possibly paying more for that, or people buying this game and trying to resell it for double the price. But But yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to Doom: The Dark Ages when it comes out. I do feel like this whole thing with the physical release and not having the full product of the game sucks, but it is what it is.